Hello, essay writers, and welcome back to Essay Writing in English. This is week 11. Week 11 already. This week, actually, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. You'll remember that we are doing 2 videos per week now. And in this first video, I've decided to go through some of the answers to last week's textbook questions. There were quite a few activities that had answers in them, so I wanted to go through those first, and then we will get into our new topic for our new unit. So if you'll join me in your books on page 167, and I'm going to go through here and solve these problems for you. You can compare to your answers. So if you remember this activity on page 167, activity 2, we were, let me grab my pen here, supposed to decide which of these sentences makes a good topic sentence for an opinion paragraph, right? And if you remember from last week's lecture, a good opinion paragraph is not something that's just a basic fact that everyone knows. And it's usually something that's controversial. And so we said number 1 would not be a good one because that's just describing what a volunteer does, right? This one, you have this word interesting, which always is a hint that it's going to be an opinion. So soccer is much more interesting than golf. So absolutely, that would be a good opinion paragraph. Number 3, the largest and best known city in all of France is Paris. No, I'll just put a little line there. That is just a fact, right? It's the largest city and everyone knows Paris. Number 4, eating a vegetarian diet is the best way to stay healthy. See, here's another one, interesting and best. Whenever you see words like that, that's a good indication that someone's giving an opinion. I'm sure many people would agree that a vegetarian diet is a great way to stay healthy, but there might be other ideas too that people have, right? Some people might say, no, you need protein from meat in your diet to be healthy. So there's room for people to disagree here. Number 5, here we see this word best again, another hint jumping out at us. And that is Hawaii is the best place for vacation. And of course, not everyone would agree with that. I think many people would agree that it's a great place for vacation, but not everybody would. Here we have the U.S. government. This is just a fact about the U.S. government, so that's not going to be good. These rivers split in 2, that's also a fact. Security alarms are the most effective, here we go again, most effective way to protect homes from burglaries. And we're going to check that. There may be other ways to protect your home. Some people might say, no, you just have to lock your doors and windows. Other people might say, well, how about a big dog? So there are different opinions about this. And in this particular paragraph, the writer is going to explain why security alarms are the best. So that covers the facts and opinions activity. And down here, you had to identify facts and opinions. Okay. We did number 3 already. Let's move down to number 4. Citrus fruits include oranges, lemons, and grapefruit. Well, there's no one's opinion in that. That is just a fact. That is what they are. Hawaii is the best place for vacation. We see that one again. We know that's an opinion from the previous activity. This tells us that Bangkok is the capital of Thailand. Everyone knows that. This is the security alarm one. That's an opinion. School uniforms should. This is another good hint. Should. You're saying that something should happen. So not everyone would agree with that. A glass of milk has more calcium than a glass of apple juice. Well, you can look up that information and see that that's just a fact. Oh, here we go, though. Tastes better. That's definitely an opinion, right? Not everyone would agree. In my case, I do agree that apple juice tastes better than milk. Although apple juice doesn't taste better than banana milk. I think banana milk tastes better than apple juice. All right. Okay, moving on to activity 5, we had these sentences we needed to put in order, and we started and finished it with the topic sentence, number 1. So let's see how I go about putting these in order. And before I do that, let's see there's some words that can serve as hints for us in each sentence here. So let's just look at this one. The most serious example of this is skin cancer. Well, we don't know what this is. And so that's going to be referring to something that came first. And then here you see it again, this disease. All right, so the previous sentence is going to be talking about some sort of disease. Too much time in the sun can cause severe skin damage, especially in children. Okay. The damage these rays. Well, skin cancer it talks about, and this talked about a disease. This disease. So these, this C and A are probably going to be next to each other. All right, let's see what will come next, though. So our topic sentence was, although many people enjoy playing in the sun, parents should make sure that their children put on sunscreen before going outside. Now, what's a natural sentence to follow this one? Although many people enjoy playing in the sun, parents should make sure that their children put on sunscreen before going outside. Okay. These other ones we said were linked to other sentences. So I like this one here, B. Too much time in the sun can cause severe skin damage, especially in young children. Okay. Then what would come next? The damage of these rays may not be seen. So then okay. Too much time in the sun can cause severe skin damage, especially in young children. Let's go down here then. The most serious example of this, of what? Of this damage. Of this skin damage is skin cancer. And now the next sentence is going to tell us about what skin is going to give us more details about skin cancer. And so remember before we said this disease points back to something. Skin cancer is here. This disease, which can be deadly if it's not treated quickly, is a direct result of the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. Okay, so we're going to put that as number 4. Okay, and then that would, let's see if this one is a natural fit. The damage of these, oh, look at this, these rays, ultraviolet rays. So we're referring back to the rays. May not be seen immediately in children, but adults who spend a lot of time in the sun when they were children have a much higher chance of developing skin cancer. Okay, that sounds good to me. And then in conclusion, so there you have it. Cool. So that's how that paragraph works. And you were supposed to take those sentences and copy them down here into sentence form with a title and indentation. Okay. We also did some language focus on word forms. So taking a word and changing it from a noun to a verb to an adjective and an adverb. And we had quite a few here. And so you were supposed to just mark ADV for adverb, N for noun, ADJ for adjective, and V for verb. So I'll kind of quickly go through these. So to believe, that is a verb. Belief is a noun, a belief. And believable would be an adjective. Think about, wow, I have an unbelievable, I have a story that is believable or not believable. That's describing the noun, so that's an adjective. Illegality. Illegality is a noun. Illegal is an adjective, right? And illegally is an adverb that is describing an action, so it's an adverb. So for example, I parked illegally, describing the action parked. I parked my car illegally and I got a ticket. Okay, and if you remember, ly is usually a good hint that something's an adverb. And so we can apply that down here to logically, right? If your teacher tells you to think logically, then that is describing the verb think, how you should think. So that would be an adverb. Logic is a noun and logical is an adjective. I say, oh, that explanation is not logical. You're describing the noun explanation. All right, number 5, finance is a noun. Finance, my friend works in finance, for example. Financially, we've got our ly, so that is an adverb. And then this one, you see finance again, but actually this one is going to be the verb form, right? And it doesn't matter. You could say this, so noun or verb, because they're spelled the same, right? Noun or verb, depending on which one you want to choose. But there is a, and then financial is an adjective, right? A financial crime, a crime related to finance. And this we said was an adverb. But I need to make a point here about the noun and verb here, these two. Because as a noun, it's finance. So my friend works in finance. My friend works in finance, right? My friend, I'll give you a couple of examples. My friend works in finance. I need to finance my new car. Means I need to get a loan for my new car. Right? So same word, same sound, same spelling, same pronunciation, but they can be used as noun and verb. Okay, sweetly, we've got our adverb. Sweetness is our noun, and ness is a common ending for noun forms. Sweet would be an adjective, and sweeten would be a verb. Please sweeten my coffee. Please put some sugar in my coffee to make it sweeter. All right, number 7, simplicity. This itty is another hint that something's a noun. Simply is an adverb. Simple, adjective, right? I had a simple dinner last night. That's describing the dinner. Simplify, that is your verb. If you wrote a really long, detailed paragraph, I might tell you to please simplify your paragraph. So make it a bit shorter, a little bit clearer and tighter, so it's easier to read. Number 8, equality. It is another way, like simplicity was here, to have a noun, make a noun form. Equal would be our adjective. Equalize is a verb, and equally would be an adverb. Treat. I treat my students equally. I'm describing how the verb treat. Right. Number 9, benefit is a noun. Beneficial is an adjective. Beneficially would be an adverb, and benefit, again, here you have the same word. In this case, it's going to be a verb, right? So this job comes with many benefits, would be an example of benefit as a noun. And my friend benefited from being rich, right? Then that's a verb. And number 10, freedom. Freedom's a noun. Freely is an adverb. Free can be an adjective, and free can be a verb as well, right? So there are free samples at Emart, right? So the samples, the food that you can try, they're free. That's an adjective describing the food. You don't have to pay for them. And it can also be used as a verb. So, for example, the president freed the prisoner. So he let the prisoner go free. All right. So that it's really good to do these types of activities because it is a way to help you increase your vocabulary very quickly and easily. So let's say, for example, you knew one of these, right, in each group. Let's say you knew 10 of these words. You knew that word and you totally understood it and you knew how to use it. You could use it anytime you wanted to. Let's say even just the most basic one, like let's say you knew that increase. Let's say you knew increase was a verb. You knew believe, like I don't believe you. You knew that was a verb. You knew legal and illegal. You knew maybe you had heard of logical before. And finance. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me delete that. Let's say you just knew that and you knew sweet, right? And simple, probably everyone knows simple and equal, and maybe benefits and free. Let's say you just knew those 10 words, right? But now if you're able to look and see how these 10 words can make other words, look how many words you know now, right? You just went from 10 to, let's see, 39, because there's only 3 of these. No, more than that. 4, 8, 12, 15, 19, 23, 26, 20. Yeah, like basically almost 40 words, from 10 to almost 40 words, just like that. And this is just a very limited example here. So this is a quick way to increase your vocabulary fast. So, and then you can also look at this. All of these things for number 3 here are also true of legal, right? Legal, legally, legality. Then you just got 6 more words. Pretty cool, huh? And you can add ill to this one, illogical, illogically. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can add here. Now you have 8 more words. Unequality or inequality, unequal. So there's lots of words you can add quickly to your vocabulary. All right, here we have some mistakes in word form. So let's see if we can do those. This one I did for you last time. Let's look at number 2. She parked her car illegally and got a $30 ticket. All right, some of these are correct, remember. So let's see if this one's correct. So illegally, we said if we go back up here, illegally, we said was an adjective. Oh, adverb rather, sorry. Adverb, because the ly gives us a hint. But let's just double check, make sure, look at what it's referring to. And she parked. All right, so parked is a verb. We're referring back to the verb, and that looks good. So we'll put a C there. Taking multivitamins can be benefit to your health. Well, that's going to be a problem there. We are describing this. We're describing taking vitamins, this noun phrase. And so that's got to be an adjective. And what's the adjective that we learned for this word? Beneficial. It can be beneficial to your health. Number 4, students in this class are allowed to speak freedom. Now we need to, that freedom's a noun, and we need to describe this verb. So we need an adverb. They are allowed to speak freely. Freely. During civil rights demonstrations, protesters fought for equality. Okay, they fought for this noun equality, and that's okay. I like, oops, that's not supposed to be it. Oh, it's supposed to be a C. Okay. Babies often speak using simply words. What kind of words? Simple words and phrases. My sister is a very sweetly. Remember, sweetly is an adverb. My sister, we need an adjective to describe your sister. So she would be a sweet girl. A few more here. Mathematicians must use their logic, noun, right, to solve problems. Taxpayers do not want the government to increase taxes. So increase is a verb, to increase. That looks good to me. Mary and Bob's financial situation has improved this year. So financial, we said, was an adjective that describes a noun, and a situation's a noun. That looks good to me as well. There you go. All right, we have one more thing to look at here, and that is building better vocab. Don't have a lot of time left for this video, so I'll go through this very quickly. As a matter of fact, why don't we end this video here? I'll start off the next video going over the vocab, and then we'll get into our next unit, which is narrative paragraphs. So we're going to learn how to tell a story in a paragraph. All right. Again, remember there are 2 videos this week. You just watched video 1. I'll make video 2 next, and then post them and let you know your homework. Okay. There will be a writing online discussion on Canvas for your writing practice, as well as a quiz, just like last week. So I'll stop this here, and I'll see you again soon for video 2.